What is going on, everybody? Thammagotcha here, and welcome into another video. We're going to be hopping into the new season of Pokemon Go Battle League, the max out season, where Machamp is the most spammiest Pokemon you have ever seen. 4 karate chops to a cross chop, and the Shadow Machamp does absolutely absurd damage. Now, I also paired it up with a Dunsparce and a Alolan Marowak Shadow as well. So terrible lead hopping into the first matchup here. Clodsire into that Machamp, and we're gonna hop straight away into our Dunsparce. Dunsparce is gonna act as your safe swap, and Alolan Marowak hopefully can act as your closer, with Fire Blast being the finishing big move there. Although Shadow Bone did get a buff, Rolo got a buff, Karate Chop got a massive buff, as you're gonna see in these battles here. So we're gonna shield up the first Earthquake, and they're gonna shield up the second Drill Run. Clodsire is absurdly tanky here. Earthquake gonna be coming in. That does some nice damage on the Dunsparce, but Dunsparce has very nice bulk to it. Another Drill Run gonna be coming in, and Clodsire takes that like a champ. So one more Drill Run, that gets shielded, and I'm gonna opt to take my shield advantage here. Maybe I should have taken switch advantage, but I don't know. I just chose to take shield advantage, and we're gonna get a massive farm down here with the Machamp. So Earthquake gonna be coming in, that's gonna get shielded, and in comes a Jump Bluff going for the Stone Edge here. I want to see how much damage this does to a Jump Bluff. Oh my gosh, like 7% of that damage is insane. They come in with a Shadow Feraligatr. Unfortunately, they get to the Hydro Cannon before we get to a Shadow Bone, but I'm gonna farm up 5 more karate chops to get to this cross chop. This cross chop is going to be enough to knock out the Feraligatr. Left, right, good night. And unfortunately, this Jump Bluff is able to outpace us to this Aerial Ace, and we're going to end up taking a heartbreaking loss. So good game, well played to my opponent. Hopping into the next matchup here, amazing lead here. Another Pokemon that got a buff, Licky into Machamp. They hop into a Toxapex, and we're going to go straight into the Dunsparce. Now, proper move timing for those of you who are just getting into the Pokemon Go Battle League is going to be 3 rollouts and then the Drill Run, 1, 3, or 5. So you want to throw on odd numbers for 3 versus 2 turn fast moves. Since Rolo is a 3 turn fast move, Poison Jab is going to be a 1 turn fast move, or 2 turn fast move, sorry, my bad. But they're going to end up top lefting here, and that's going to be a good game, well played. They probably didn't like the lineup that they had, so Machamp into Machamp. This is a great matchup for me, especially since I have a high ranking, I have a high attack stat Shadow Machamp, so I know I'm always going to be winning CMP tie, as I didn't have the greatest IVs for my Shadows, unfortunately. So as you can see there, my CP being 1485, I'm going to be winning every single CMP tie I can. So cross shot going to be coming in, that's going to get shielded, and I'm going all shields down with my opponent here, as I do want to keep switch advantage, as I'm probably thinking there's going to be some sort of Feraligatr or water type in the back there, and there's a Dugong there, and hopefully we get to one more. We get taken out as we get to the move. That is quite fine. We're gonna come in here with the Dunsparce. Dunsparce is gonna be able to take a couple icy wins, and I'm just gonna go for this massive farm down, and thinking that they're probably gonna be coming back in here with the Machamp, throwing right away because I get the full farm down. I'm gonna come in here with the Alolan Marowak. Now, Alolan Marowak is going to be able to take this cross chop because it is double resisted due to our ghost typing here, get the full fire spin down, and my opponent is going to concede that match as well. So GG's, well played to my opponent. They didn't like me with all that energy, and 0 shields. I think Alolan Marowak would have been able to sweep. Same with the Dunsparce. So Mismagius, oh my gosh, this is a spicy pick. I think this is Sucker Punch as the fast move. So this is going to be the new counter. I mean, it's a counter clone pre-nerf, and they decided now to hop into a Palosine. 2 ghost types, and I have a fighter and a second ghost type that doesn't really have a ghost type fast move. So this could get very, very tricky, as I decide to stay in here with my Dunsparce. Gonna go for another Drill Run here. I should be swapping out here into my Alolan Marowak or my Shadow Machamp, saving this Dunsparce here for the end game. I'm down 2 shields. They hop into a Mismagius, and we get to the rollout here, but we are on very, very low HP. So now I decided to hard pivot into my Machamp. They have a Gengar, a triple ghost team, and I can't really do anything at this point. Maybe I can make it to a Drill Run since those Shadow Claws are double resisted, but unfortunately we do not. We get Shadow Claw down, and that's going to be a good game. No way I'm winning that. So hopping into the next matchup here, Ariados into the Machamp, gonna hop into the Dunsparce right away, and they hop into a Clodsire. So I'm gonna throw 5 rollouts here, and then the move, just to make sure I don't give them a free Poison Jab for free, or Poison Sting, sorry. I can let the first move go through. Dunsparce is quite tanky. Earthquake not going to do a whole lot of damage, but enough to put us deep into the yellow. One more drill run, again, not going to be able to KO. This Clodsire is absolutely tanky, and the fact that our fast move is resisted is going to be a little bit of an issue for us going to the farm down position, because I'm not going to be able to farm this Clodsire down before it reaches another move, because again, rollout's going to be resisted. Even with the damage buff here, no way I'm farming this down, so I would have to expend another shield and then throw my energy, so I didn't really want to do that. Instead, I'm going to come in here with the Alola Marowak, get the nice farm down. Considering that they are, I think they were weak to Alola Marowak in the front. Yes, Ariados came in. Gonna throw the Shadow Bone here. Shadow Bone almost gonna be enough to one-shot the Ariados, and I don't need to shield anything from this Ariados. I can let everything go through. Lunge, Trailblaze, whatever it is gonna be resisted. And they hop into a Feraligatr. Don't know why they didn't. Definitely want to come into your Feraligatr, into that Alola Marowak matchup. Even down energy, you're gonna be able to outpace the Hydro Cannon, even if I have one Fire Spin ahead of you. You're just going to be able to outpace. So definitely come in here with the Feraligatr, or it'll force me to swap out, and then I would have the Feraligatr onto, or the Machamp onto the Ariados, and you probably would have won that game. But anyways, hopping into the next matchup here, and this is where Machamp Karate Chop really comes in handy. 4 to the Cross Chop, it's 5 to the Hydro Cannon. I throw on CMP tie because Machamp has a higher attack stat. You're almost going to be winning CMP tie against this thing all day. And then in comes Amanda Buzz. I'm throwing the Stone Edge here, and we are going to be grabbing 2 shields just like that. Gone. 2 shields coming in now with the Dunsparce here. Gonna be able to take a couple Dark Pulses. Like I said, Dunsparce has some nice bulk to it, and this is where the Rock Slide nerf really comes in handy for the Mandibuzz. Look at that damage. That is like 25% damage on a super effective move. That Rock Slide really got scuffed because of that Vigoroth. But either way, they're gonna hop into a Alola Marowak, and from here I'm just gonna have a shield up, be able to shield this move up. Even if it's the Bone Club, I should be able to do one more Fire Spin, and then the Shadow Bone gonna be enough to knock out this Alola Marowak. Left, right, good night. And if they want to come in with the Feraligatr, they're gonna have to throw energy pretty soon, because I overfarmed slightly by 1, and we should now be able to outpace with the Machamp, even throwing 3 more Karate Chops just before they get to the next Hydro Cannon. We would have won CMP anyways, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Machamp's just gonna smack everything down, or I guess chop everything down. Yeah, chop everything down. So hopping into the next matchup here, Clodsire into Machamp. Again, terrible lead. I'm gonna hop into my Dunsparce. They hop into a Clefable. Gonna no shield this move. They did farm up enough for the Moonblast, but I'm thinking they're just gonna throw the Swift. So I'm gonna throw 1. And then the Drill Run here. Drill Run going to be doing a nice amount of damage. Now, I do believe that Clefable is, it's definitely going to be better in the Ultra League. It has a lot more bulk. You do need the XL candies for it, but I think it's going to have a lot of play in this, the Ultra League. So I'm going to decide to hop into my Alola Marowak here. They hop into a Feraligatr, and unfortunately, I'm not able to get to this, Shadow Bone before they reach the Hydro Cannon. I elect to shield here just because I wanted to keep my Alola Marowak alive. I know my Machamp doesn't have any play against that Feraligatr, which they should have just kept their Feraligatr onto my Marowak and then have the Clodsire on my Machamp. I mean, either way, it probably would have worked better for them, but they decided to go for the Sludge Bomb, and I'm completely fine with getting all this free Fire Spin damage off. Second Sludge Bomb going to be able to knock us out, and I'm going to come in here with Machamp. I'm going to go, I was going to go on 8, but they were at 7 to the Earthquake, so a little bit unfortunate on my end. But I farm up to 100 energy, so I'm 1 away from a second back-to-back here. They decided to shield, and that's just game over here. Machamp gonna be able to throw the Cross Chop there, and this Cross Chop should almost knock out this Feraligatr. Oh, it doesn't. Oh no. Oh, that's so bad. They would have outpaced me to the Hydro Cannon. That's going to be a game well played. If I'd have stayed in, we probably could have Karate Chop down, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Regular Feraligatr has a lot better of a matchup versus Machamp because the Cross Chop does not do as much damage, but it still puts them really deep into the yellow. So I'm going to throw here on 4 just before they get to the Hydro Cannon. And if they want to shield this, I'm going to swap out into my Dunsparce and get the farm down. But they decide to stay in. In comes a Clefable. I'm going to hop into my Dunsparce anyways. We're going to be able to eat a Moonblast, no problem. And if they want to stay in, I'm going to throw 1 and then the Drill Run, and then 3 more, and then the next Drill Run if they don't want to throw their Moonblast right away. Because they should be able to outpace them. no, never mind. I go 1 and then the drill run. So good, still good timing on my end, and we get some chip damage off on this thing, putting it into a nice fire spin farm down range. So Swift gonna be able to knock us out. Alola Marowak gonna be coming in. We can take the Moonblast. It is resisted, but we are Shadow, so it's gonna do some decent amount of damage. And now out comes a Clodsire. I think this is where I should have thrown the Fire Blast, but if that gets shielded, then I'm in big trouble. And they decided to no shield that, which is quite fine. And we get the Defense Fall, which is beautiful. Healing up the Stone Edge. I'm gonna throw 3 more Fire Spins, and then the next Shadow Bone here. And then from here, I'm gonna swap into my Machamp. We have energy on the Alola Marowak, and we should be able to outpace if they threw right away before we got to the cross chop. And now we just chop everything down with Machamp, and that's gonna be a good game. Well played. So Machamp taking out a Clodsire. You love to see it. And a Clefable. Terrible lead here. Gonna hop right away into my Dunsparce. They bank a lot of energy, and then they come in with a Feraligatr. Not the best play. Should be coming in right away, as I'm gonna be able to spam out these drill runs, especially when you're giving me a free rollout. So again, if you're a 2-turn into a 3-turn fast move, you want to throw a 1, 4, or 7 just for proper move timing, so you're not giving me a full free fast move. So I think from here, I should be able to shield this move and then just farm this Feraligatr all the way down, which we do. Amazing for us. Keeping alignment is great. I honestly should have not thrown this Rock Slide right away. Again, if you're in neutral situations where Rock Slide isn't super effective, definitely go for the Drill Run. Drill Run is a lot better of a move, especially since Rock Slide got that nerf. And look at how low we're getting this Dunsparce. 2 Drill Runs and a Rock Slide, and this thing is deep in the yellow. If I would have thrown 3 Drill Runs, we probably would have forced a shield, and it would have been a lot better. We would have been in a lot better position, because then we could just put our Alola Marowak onto this Jump Bluff here. Yeah, Jump Bluff, and with Fire Spin plus we get to the Shadow Bone decently quick. One Aerial Ace is not going to knock us out. The second one isn't going to knock us out either. So I like to no shield this one as well, because it's not Shadow. And from here, we should just be able to do 1 Fire Spin, then the move. This is probably going to get shielded up, and we should be able to outpace here to the second one. And this Shadow Bone definitely is going to knock out this Jump Bluff. So good game. Well played to my opponent. And now we're going to be hopping into, I think, the final matchup of the video. Yeah, final matchup of the video here. Another Jump Bluff lead, so bad lead from Machamp. Gonna hop into a Dunsparce. Dunsparce is a great save swap for this meta. I mean, that normal typing with the rock and ground coverage, like, it's just so good. And my opponent doesn't even throw energy. They just decided to top left here. Dunsparce taking the game. GG's, well played. So what do I think about Machamp? I think Machamp is going to be an absolute menace in this Open Great League. I think Dunsparce is going to be one of the best save swaps. I mean, being able to resist Shadow Claw from the Feraligatr, and then being able to hit super effective damage with the Drill Runs, Rot Rollout, getting that buff. I think it's going to be amazing for this Open Great League. We're going to see how it plays out when you get into higher rankings. But Machamp's going to be great. Alola Marowak, I'm not really sold on it. Fire Spin, it just takes so long to get to those Shadow Bones. I mean, 5 Fire Spins, which is going to be like, what, 5 times 3 is 15 turns, where it only takes 10 turns to get to the Hydro Cannon. 50, you're 5 turns behind. So like the pacing on Alola Marowak is not the best. Maybe if I ran Bone Club, it would be a little bit better, but Shadow Bone still hits a little harder, and Bone Club, you don't get stabbed, so you definitely want to be throwing that Shadow Bone in neutral situations. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Alola Marowak as of right now. Maybe later if the meta shifts outside of Clodsire and Feraligatr, because like I've seen a whole lot of Clodsire Feraligatr in my first 5 sets of battles. So thank you all so much for watching. If you're liking the content, definitely try out Machamp. My gosh, it's absolutely insane how the 4 to each cross shot pacing is insane, and Machamp hits like a truck. So I mean, it's like a very spammy Pokemon that doesn't have a lot of bulk, so it kind of evens itself out. In my opinion, Machamp is going to be great. Dunsparce is going to be great. Alola Marowak, not so much, in my opinion. So thank you again all so much for watching. If you all liking the video, please hit that like button, comment if you want to see anything in the future, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because it really helps with the channel and it is greatly appreciated. And we will see everybody in the next video.